Hi guys, this is Reina Lee from Peer Tutoring Club. In my videos, we are going to learn about pre-algebra. Pre-algebra is a primary branch of algebra designed to build a foundation of basic algebraic concepts, which helps students to prepare for future algebraic classes. Pre-algebra course is divided into 11 units. Unit 1, Algebraic expressions and integers. Unit 2, Solving one-step equations and inequalities. Unit 3, Decimals and equations. Unit 4, Factors, fractions and exponents. Unit 5, Operations with fractions. Unit 6, Ratios, proportions and percentage. Unit 7, Solving equations and inequalities. Unit 8, Linear functions and graphics. Unit 9, Introduction to Geometry. Unit 10, Area and Volume. Unit 11, Data Analysis and Probability. In today's video, I'm going to cover Pre-Algebra Lesson 1-1, which is about variables, expressions, and equations. Let's start with variables. Variables is a symbol used to represent an unknown variable. It's usually represented by a letter and it's like a missing puzzle piece in a math problem. Variable value can change or be defined depending on the situation. We will go over one example where the value of the variable can change and one example where the value of the variable will be defined and it only has one value. Let's first look at example A, expression x plus 8. In this example, the variables can change. It is not defined or set to one value. So if we have x equals 2, then we will have 2 plus 8 equals 10. Maybe if we have x equals to 24, in that case we will have 24 plus 8 and we will end up with a value of 32. So in this situation, the variable's value is not defined. In a real-world situation for this expression, we could say we have someone that makes $8 an hour, plus any tips they make. We don't know exactly how much they will make in an hour because we don't know how much tips they will make each hour. The x will represent the unknown. Let's say they make $3 in tips. The $3 plus the 8 hourly wage, they would earn $11 that hour. Let's say the next hour they earn $11 in tips. So the variable value is 11, so we would have $11 plus hourly wage of $7 equals $18. Now in situation B, we have an equation x plus 4 equals 11. Now in this case, the value of the x is defined and it has to equal one thing. So for example here, we can solve this equation by finding it by subtracting 4 from both sides and we end up with x equals 7. You can also figure it out by using mental math. X has to equal 7. 7 plus 4 gives us 11. We can't say that x equals 8 here, because if we plug in 8, we will get 8 plus 7 equals 11, which is not true. So in situation B, we have an equation in which that variable has a defined value, it has to equal 7. Now let's talk about expression and equations. Expression is a math phrase where there is no equal sign, and this is a situation where the variable can change values. Equations you can think of like a full math sentence. It has an equal sign and variables have a defined or set of answers. Think of it like an expression is part of a math sentence and equation is a full math sentence. Let's jump into the examples down below. Examples A and B are expressions where there is no equal sign and the variable can change. So for example A here, if you put x equals to 5, we have to plug 5 in for our variable and solve it and we will get an answer of 12. Or maybe x is equal to 13 here, so if x equals 13, we will have 13 plus 7 and we will get a solution or answer of 20. Example B here, we have 3D. So whenever you have a number right next to a variable, it means multiplication. So if d equals 11, we will plug that in 3 times 11 and we will get 33. So again, A and B are expressions. Now let's talk about C and D, which are equations. Now how you remember this is equations have equal sign but expressions don't, so these variables have a defined or set value. We can't say x equals 5 here like we did for example A, because if we plug 5 in, we do not get 11. We would have to solve for this variable. You can probably do this one with mental math. So we need to isolate the variable and subtract 7 from both sides, and we get x equals 4. X can only equal 4 here, so the variable has a defined or set value. In example D, we have 3D equal 39. So let's isolate our variable. It can only equal one thing. First, divide both sides by 3. And after we divide both sides by 3 and isolate our variable, we get D equals 13. D cannot equal what we want here. The value cannot change. If we plug 20 for D, 3 times 20 does not equal 39. So again, equation's variable has a set or defined answer. And also remember, an equation has an equal sign. So there are the basics of variables, expressions, and equations. For the next video, we are going to cover pre-algebra lesson 1-2, which is about the order of operation. So I hope that helped, and thank you for watching, and see you next time.